Hi, collab of Justice and people. I guess first things first, the important news. Lauren O'Connell, her new album's out, and you should listen to it. If I hadn't forced you to listen to Lauren O'Connell yet, that's highly unlikely and surprising, but there'll be a link for her YouTube channel, and also where you can listen to the new album and, buy it. I'll keep it in the So this week on the Collab of Justice, our theme is Movies of 2011. If you follow me on Tumblr, you'll have discovered I didn't really watch that many movies that came out in 2011. I watched a ton of movies, just not recent ones. But I had to go on Wikipedia, look at what films came out in 2011, and one stood out. I'd only watched it 2-3 weeks ago for the first time, but it was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Potter. I mean, the books were good. I grew up with them. I'd even hazard a guess that the first Harry Potter book is what got me into reading originally when I was younger. But I'm not some die-hard fan who's obsessed with it. And the movies are, well, they're movies. That's for certain. They're not the best movies ever. They're not the worst. They're a nice one-time thing. You sit, you watch it, okay, you're done with it. But Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2 actually stands out for one scene, and one scene only. It's the only scene in any of the Harry Potter movies or anything that actually got me a bit teary. And I bet you know exactly what I mean. It's the scene with Snape's History of Lily. I should point out that I don't like Snape. Period. He was a very deep character with interesting motivations, but he was still a horrible person. He only watched out for Harry because of his love for Lily, which is touching and all, but this is not some pure, chivalrous, touching, romantic love or anything. This is the same love that the self-professed nice guys hold for women, where they don't make their intentions clear, and it's just creepy. That is what Snape is. He is a nice guy. He might not ever use the term, but his feelings are very much akin to the nice guys. But the thing is, I'm assuming most people were so invested in the series, and maybe it's also a testament to J.K.'s writing. I don't know, it's been a while since I read Deathly Hallows. I've read it only when it came out, that's it. That they loved Snape so much, just because of how well done it was. And I'll admit, Snape is a wonderfully done character. He's so human, so well done. That makes me hate him more, because I understand where he's coming from, and where he could have done things right. But I never felt really all that much sympathy with him. He got what he deserved in the end. His actions directly led to his loss of love and his death. He was a very human character, and I understood him, but I didn't sympathize with him. I spent maybe 10 minutes trying to phrase this section of the video, because it's really hard to actually put out what I think on Snape. Like, he's a good character, but he's horrible. I hate him. He's not some irredeemable monster. He's just a dick. And he never does anything to prove otherwise, because he's nothing more than a dick. See, the one thing the movie had going for it that made that scene so amazing, so touching, that it actually got me tearing up, was Alan Rickman. That's it. His performance was so well done. I'm not really good at criticizing such things, but it was just so good and emotional that it really resonated with me. Snape didn't come off as some obsessed creeper who can't move on, but he came. Snape didn't come off as some obsessed creeper. He came off truly as noble as all of the fans interpreted. And it just blew me away how much just Alan Rickman could make that. And I finally saw why everyone kept getting emotional over him saying always, whereas in the book it was just really disturbingly obsessed. In the movie it was... I don't have words, to be honest. It was just a very emotional scene, and if it wasn't for Alan Rickman, I would have continued thinking Snape is a horrible person. Mind you, my opinion really isn't changed all that much. It's just I now understand why everyone thinks the way they do about him. Tumblr. Definitely gonna reblog that shit. So, I'm sorry for how my thoughts aren't really coming together well in this video. More so than normal, but it's very hard to put into concrete words what I feel on some things. Especially works of fiction like Harry Potter. But, yeah. So, Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2. Emotional shit. Lauren O'Connell. Even more emotional lately. Listen to the album. Now, listen to it.